Welcome tankers, this is Destronov and this is another possible aimbot cheater video. The suspect's name this time around is ASDF Brom. He's playing the Chaffee and the map is Severogorsk. I have my XVM settings and my sight during the replay, and the possible cheat is of course Aimbot. The thing that made me suspicious with this specific player was a post in For the Record. In this post, Silent Stalker was talking about aimbots, and the ASDF Brom's player's name came up, and connected to that was a replay. In that replay we could see some display of extremely quick and accurate snapshots. He was also playing the Chaffee. The replay I'm going to show is also, as I said in the beginning, a Chaffee replay, and you will see more of the same. Very quick and accurate snapshots on a level that's pretty much unheard of in World of Tanks. In the post, Silent Stalker was also talking about the consequences of getting caught with an aimbot. And well, to my knowledge, the consequences of getting caught with an aimbot is pretty lenient. Nothing much will be done. You will perhaps get a week ban at most if anything happens. What can be done about aimbots? Well, pretty much nothing at this time. Report them and do whatever you can, but Wargaming has the power and they are doing pretty much nothing. The replay also got the attention of a YouTuber making videos out of replays that players sends to him. I was quite surprised that this YouTuber found this replay worthy of making a video out of it. I'm a bit baffled that he didn't see the strange things that I saw. This is his replay and you can find it at Epic Vote Battles if you want to see that for comparison or something. So without further ado, let's move on to the replay. First of all, replay settings. Player sights activated at all time, no free cam mode is used. So this is how he saw the match and how he played it. The XVM gives him advantage, but the match is going to be quite tight. First of all, I want you to notice this.
Let's go.
Nothing happens, right? He's not going, he's not moving. For some 10 seconds he's just standing there. I think with the Chaffee you're trying to get into a quick position to do some spots and things. What could he have been doing those 10 seconds? Well, perhaps he was activating and fine-tuning the settings of the aimbot. I'm not sure, but that could be what was happening. Some aimbots you can do some settings with in the beginning of the match. So he's trying to find a position here. He's moving up for the hill position. This is a good position for scouts. You're pretty safe up here. There's a lot of small rocks that you can hide behind. So now we're going to find some strange situations. First of all, just take a look at his snapshots. Great accuracy, he hits the target, even though he's moving over hard terrain, and he's also, as I said, moving his tank. If you've been playing World of Tanks, you know that these are hard things to do combined. He's not using the auto-aim either. You know, some players would lock on here with the auto-aim and just push away shots and hope for the best. Once again, very accurate shots with no auto-aim, but the aim seems to be glued to the tank. So here's a slow motion replay of the sequence, and he's waiting here for the heavy tank to show up. As we know, it's a RL, French heavy tank, and he takes one shot here. Perhaps nothing special with this, but look how the aim just sticks to the tank when he's rolling down. You can see he's passing hard terrain and the aim is glued to the tank, and he makes the second shot. I find that quite strange. That is a sign of some really high skill, and ASDF Brom is a pretty much average player.
We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is damaged.
Shooting at the Churchill, and now there's another shot that's a bit strange. Look at this. He's finding the aim and he's moving down and he got the penetration. First he's putting the aim on the tank, and then the aim is just glued to the enemy and he finds the shots. Let's look at that sequence once again in slow motion. Look here, the aim has found the target and is backing over hard terrain where the reticle and the aim should be losing sight, but it doesn't. It sticks on to the tank and no auto aim is activated. So either he's really good at taking these kind of snapshots or he's using an aimbot, and I think I know which of those is the case in this specific case. This was also the thing that Silent Stalker was reacting to in the post that he made on For the Record. The very quick and exact snapshots. He gets shots from the T-20 and now he is covering up behind the rock and trying to find a new position to engage the enemy. The RRL appears again, and again he's really quick finding the target, and you can see some snapping movements of the aim where it's kind of flutters over weak spots. Let's take a look at that once again in slow motion replay. You can see the aim is just coming to the target, and first at the front weak spot, the track, and then it just snaps to the other weak spot, to the track, and centers to the tank, and he shoots again, penetrates. He is reloading and he's finding the shot again. Puts one more shot into the RRL and he's down really low on HP, and there he's gone. So one heavy tank is down here. He has the Churchill, he has the PZ, but he's not really happy with those possibilities, so he's looking for some new point of attack. Oh, right down here he finds the Churchill. Well, look at what's happening here when he comes down. He's finding that shot very quickly to the Leopard, and then as he's moving down he finds the shot. The aim is stuck to the Churchill. He's making his shots. There's some strange things happening here in this engagement. First of all, if you use auto aim, or if you just aim at enemy tank, you will find that you will bounce quite a lot of the times. You will not find weak spots, of course. If you use the auto aim, it will just stick to the center of the tank, and that is not optimal when it comes to penetrating heavy tanks. Let's take a look at that once again in slow-mo replay, and we can see the details more clear. He is circling the house in order to get away from the turret of the Churchill. Comes up in the front of him with the Churchill's turret turned away. He misses that shot. You can see how the thing that I think is suspicious is that he's not using his aim. He's always using the oversight target, the overview target view, so to speak. And he's finding weak spots even though he's in this overview mode of the site. So he's going around for the kill. He penetrates, backs off from the turret, reloads, and just like that he took out the Churchill pretty much single-handed. So now he's out for blood and looking for more enemies to kill. He knows that there's one heavy here, you have him lit already, but there comes another. And look at the quick shot he finds. He just snaps it away, and one more. And his driving is not... his driving is far worse than his accuracy. Look at the slow-mo replay. Oops! He just finds a shot, And this is slow-mo times 4 or something. So this is a really quick sequence and he is shooting very accurate. Takes out another heavy tank and he balances out the score between the teams. Nice shot. He hits that shot also, even though it didn't penetrate, but he wants to reset now, because there are 2 enemies capping. So he's picking up all the speed that he can muster, and he's moving for the cap. So he's approaching the cap to make his defense. There is a quite stressful situation here where he is really moving fast and still the aim is very accurate. Just look at this situation. There's not gonna be a slow motion replay of this, but he hits that shot and he look at this snapshot. Bang. Good shot. So the match is all even now after his cap defense. So is this an aimbot or not? Or is this ASDF Brom just very good at taking snapshots in a very accurate way? The aim he is using almost resembles that of the auto aim, but it's almost hard to make it snap because you have to, in this quick situation, you have to first click the right button and then you have to click the left button, of course, in order to shoot. So you have to perform 2 actions in order to get away with 1 shot. And there also seems to be some compensation for enemy speed and such, because otherwise you're not this accurate with a normal auto aim. So let's take a look at this sequence. He's coming up behind this Churchill. He's moving in for the kill. The Churchill goes cloaked. And then he sees him. And the shot is, as always, quite quick. Even if there's perhaps nothing spectacular about that shot. But we're gonna look at it in slow-mo anyway. Look at the aim. It's pointing to the right side. Now it's on the tank. And there it's kind of sticks. Even though he's moving. He missed that one, but remember that the Chaffee has 0.42 in accuracy, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not the most accurate gun he's shooting these good shots with. So he's left alone with only the artillery on his own side, and he's up against 2 heavy tanks on the enemy side and 1 artillery. So he's looking for the enemies, trying to find them, and his own artillery is dead from an arty shot. So he's in a dire situation. So he's trying to spot the enemy here. So what about aimbots? There is one aimbot that has these kind of characteristics. You don't have to activate the auto aim. You just have to point the aim towards a target, and then it kind of takes over and will do the rest for you. In order to disengage the aimbot, you can move away your aim from the target. But otherwise it will kind of stick to the enemy target, and it also compensates for well, movement and such, and also of course weak spots. I think most experienced World of Tanks players will agree that these kind of shots are quite hard to get off. You have the terrain, you have the movement of the tank, and it's quite hard to keep the aim focused at the enemy at all times, as we see here in the ASDF Brom match.
We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is destroyed.
The behavior of the aim is similar to that of the auto-aim, but as you can hear, there is no auto-aim being activated. So, how frequent do people use aimbots? I think the RU cluster, the Russian servers, they are pretty much plagued with different cheats. I do think that we see a lot of bots in the European server, and I think there are more and more aimbot users also in our server. What's more, well, cheats are more frequently used, not only aimbots. There are many different cheats to enhance your performance in this game. There are Red Ball, aim for artillery. There are destructible objects removed from the map, so you can see through walls and stuff. And there are also, well, quite a large variety of different cheats that you can find and use in this game. So ASDF Brom is looking for the last heavy tank in the enemy team, and there he finds the KV-1. And he's trying to move into position to find some shots at him. It is a bit tricky. I don't think the aimbot would work so very well in this situation. So I think he has to rely on his own aiming pretty much. So the KV-1 starts to cap. And ASDF Brom hits with one shot, and he tries one in the dark. Doesn't hit, so he decides to try to spot him from another angle. There he finds him again. The aim is always very close to the enemy tank. Doesn't make the shot, so he decides to reposition and perhaps find a better angle. So he's alone against a KV-1 and the artillery, and he is trying to flank the KV-1 to take him out. The KV-1 starts to cap once again, and ASDF Brom is moving over the bridge here to find a spot on the KV-1. He doesn't find the KV-1, but he sees the artillery is behind him, but he doesn't get spotted, so that's no problem. Now he finds the KV-1, and you can see how quick the aim is.
Enemy armor is hit.
Perhaps you don't find that very strange, but it's very quick. It's like the aim is already zoomed into the tank before he takes a shot. Let's look at the situation once again. Look here. It just snaps onto the tank, and now when he's zooming in, he's already having the aim at the tank pretty much finished. He just has to wait for the aim time and take his shot to decap and destroy. Boom. Wow. Nice played, Mr. ASDF Brom. You single-handed took out pretty much all the dangerous tanks of the enemy team. And there goes the KV-1. So there is one more thing in this replay that I find a bit interesting, and that is the end part when he's finding the artillery. And for the first time in the game, he will activate the auto-aim, but you will also see that he deactivates it in the situation with the artillery. When you're facing an artillery with a chaffee, you want to flank it and rotate around the artillery, and at that situations of course the auto aim could come in handy. He's just looking for the artillery. He knows his last position, of course, and in a moment he will find the artillery and you will see that situation that I just described. By the way, if you like the sight, the aim mod, then you can look for Roughneck's aim mod. I like it. This is the aim I used myself just now, and I think it's nice. It's a bit flashy, but the actual aim is quite basic, and I like the kind of information you get from it. Small things like enemy's reload time, not the actual reload that the enemy has, because that would be a cheat, but the kind of reload time that the tank has. As you can see there, when he's aiming at the art, you could see that he had some 26 seconds or 26.4 or whatever it says. You also see the distance and things like that. I think it's a very nice sight mod. So the artillery makes his shot, and now ASDF Brom knows that it's time to move in for the kill. Here he will activate the auto aim for the first time in the match.
Target acquired.
Target acquired.
Target unlocked.
But here he unlocks the target again. I think that's quite fun. It's like he forgot
Penetration.
that he has an aimbot, so he doesn't has to use the auto aim.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
This would be a situation where it would be quite good to use the auto aim, in my opinion. I do that. So that was all of the suspicious replay, and what do you think about this replay? Do you think that he indeed is using an aimbot? This time around I'm pretty much sure that this is an aimbot at work, but perhaps you don't agree with me, or perhaps you do. Anyways, I would like to hear some comments from you. I think there have been some really nice discussions going on the last video. Some people think that it is the server side reticule that kind of makes the problem with the aim in the last video, and some says it has to do with the lag. I can agree with it. Possibly it has to do with the lag, but it is not related to the server side reticle, because I didn't have the server side reticle activated when I was playing up the replay, and of course if I don't have the server side reticle, it shouldn't be making any interference. Even if he was using the server side reticle, it wouldn't transition into the replay that I made. And how do I know that? Well, I made two videos. With one of the videos I did have the server side reticle, and the other video I had or the match I had the normal reticle, and there was no difference when I compared them in the replay mode. If you would like to see that video, you just have to click this box that appears here, and it will take you directly to that video, and you can compare for yourself if you think there is any difference between server side reticle and normal reticle when playing it in the replay mode. So back to the ASDF Brom video. I would like to be very clear with that I haven't been using any free cam mode during this video. It is only the input from the player that was in the replay that I have put in this video. What that means is that he took all those great shots in the overview mode. He didn't use the sniper sight, and I think that's pretty spectacular. I mean, if this isn't the aimbot, I think that he should be one of the most accurate and quick shooting players in the game of World of Tanks. Well, anyway, once again, do you agree with me? Is this an aimbot at works, or is this just me being paranoid? I am pretty sure that there is an aimbot at works here, and I can't see I will change my opinion on that for any time soon. You should also keep in mind that this player has been suspected before of using aimbot. Silent Stalker has pointed him out, and a lot of others on a Czechoslovakian forum, I think, or Czech forum nowadays. So I'm not alone thinking that this guy is using something extra, so to speak, when he is performing his aiming in World of Tanks. Anyways, if you did like the video, as always, please like and subscribe. I will do some more videos shortly. I've been quite busy with other things in my life, so I haven't had the opportunity to make some videos. I've been keeping my eyes on this player for quite some time. Actually, from the point where he was pointed out at the For the Record forum. I've had him on my to-do list for quite some time, and finally I've made this video. And if you didn't look at For the Record yet, I suggest that you do that. It's a great site with news about this game, news about upcoming tanks, news about things that's gonna happen in later patches and so on. It's a great site that will keep you informed about the situation in World of Tanks when it comes to pretty much everything. So that pretty much sums up this video, and as always, thank you for watching, and please feel free to comment. I always try to reply all the comments that are posted. Please keep it polite and to the point. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. As always, good luck on the battlefield. This is Destronov signing out.